My name is Ann Richardson, and I'm the costume designer for Much Ado About Nothing. So my title in the costume shop currently is designer for Much Ado, and I just act as a shop supervisor, shop manager if Melissa or Gardner can't be around. I have been in the UofL theater department since my freshman year, which was fall of 2018. I started in the scene shop, was prop designer, did a little bit of carpentry, a little bit of electricity stuff, pretty much everything but sound. And then after the pandemic, a little bit during the pandemic, I found my way to the costume shop, and I've been coming back to help out since I graduated in December of 2022. I've been doing theater pretty much my whole life. My first show was in kindergarten, and we just did, various kids shows throughout. I performed all the way through high school, where I performed at Trinity High School all 4 years. And then I made the switch to tech theater when I came to UofL. So for almost 20 years I've been in theater. I can't pin down a specific inspiration for where the design of the show came from, but after watching a few adaptations, talking to the director about this sort of under-designed, hijacked idea of the show, it started coming into view, and I started looking at, my own personal style, the college students around me, how they were actually dressing, because the show is so actor-based and really is supposed to be their vision and their design. So yeah, absorbing my environment, seeing the awesome fits in the costume shop every day and all around campus just really helped me pull it together. To source garments and materials for the show, the main focus was sustainability. So we wanted to pull from our own stock, not only to save money and cut down on those sort of costs, but to help the environment, to help build and fortify our own stock and make sure it is a working, functioning stock is super important, so we can use that in the future. And of course, for any show, there are going to be specific pieces that you may need to buy or build. And for that, we typically go to stores like Target or Walmart, Amazon, Joann, and yeah, whatever we can get sustainably or recycled or thrifted. Goodwill is our savior so many times. Yeah, really, that's our goal, is sustainability and cutting costs in that way. A day in the life of a costume designer is something that I've been figuring out for myself this semester. This is actually my first show that I am designing costumes for, and yeah, so it's really just waking up, looking at the work that needs to be done, whether that be finishing designs, shopping for garments or materials, if it's helping out in the shop and pinning. Today's costume parade as we're filming this, so right now I'm very hands-on in the shop and trying to help build some skirts and finish up some last-minute notes so that we have a fuller vision of what we can expect for first dress and going into tech week. But yeah, it really just varies day to day. Sometimes it's shopping, sometimes it's office work and very boring. And my favorite is just to be in the shop, and working with the students hands-on is my favorite and my most ideal day. Overall, I've been super excited to work on this project. It's been very educational for me. I've definitely learned a lot about what it means to be a costume designer, the expectations and demands of this position, because it's not really a position I've filled before. But it's been super rewarding and super fun to get to know the cast and the director, and again, get to work with the costume shop to really pull it all together, and really looking forward to the next project.
Hi, I'm Gardner Lane. I'm the wardrobe master at the UofL's costume shop, which basically means I run the costume shop and I give all other students that work there like the kind of their thing they need to do for the day. I go to meetings, I'll go to costume parade, basically is when all the actors try on their costumes. And we usually go up and like fit it to them and just see what they kind of look like with the different lights and everything. I'll go to designer run, which is kind of where they just kind of run the show and we'll take notes about costumes and stuff. I work with Melissa Shepard, who is the shop manager, very closely. I've worked with her for 7 years. I've been here for 2. She's definitely shown me the ropes, and I kind of run her life, as she would say, and she kind of runs mine. So we kind of balance out the work. She has very much so trained me on how to be a good leader and how to be a good manager, and I can just use that in my everyday life as the wardrobe master in the shop. For theater experience, I joined theater when I was a freshman in high school. My first show was Tarzan at Trinity. I did every show there for the next 4 years, and I worked with Melissa all 4 of those years. And then on my last day, our last show that we had, Melissa came with the costume shop that was at UofL at the time, and the president of our school came and she offered me a scholarship to come here and to continue to be kind of like her little assistant. But the reason I got that was all because of this girl's wings broke that they had made here, and I fixed it with tape and I kind of sewed it back together. It was really janky. Melissa was impressed, and that's kind of what got me into here. It was just kind of like my different little handiwork and outside of the box ideas that I have for fixing things or to make things. But something I truly do appreciate, I think in the costume shop, a lot of people might not know, is we have amazing stock that we can pull clothes from, but we also build a lot of our garments. A lot of different famous costumers that have been here. It's nice to go back and see their work, and then also be able to see your own work down there. So it's a really good experience, and it's just been a really fun time.
Okay, perfect. That's amazing.